Hello my friends, Jeff, Tax Rescue CPA. Did the IRS really send my account to collections? Is this for real? Yes, it probably is, but don't panic. I'm going to go over all the details and tell you exactly what you need to do. Let's dive in. So is this for real? Yeah, the IRS has been using third-party collection companies for years now. This is something that is dictated to them by Congress, and it goes back to the Obama era. But don't worry, these companies are under the same rules as far as how they treat you with collections that the IRS follows. Now, who are they? Well, there are three companies that the IRS uses: CBE Group, Conserve, and Coastal Professional. This should be the name. One of these names should be on the letter you received. So, you ask, well, Jeff, why was my account sent to collections? Well, there's no one particular characteristic that sends your account to collections. This can do with multiple things. One is that your balance is probably relatively low. Your account's probably been fairly inactive. You probably haven't been making regular payments to the IRS on this balance, and maybe not even communicating with them, haven't filed for a few years, this kind of thing. It's kind of a dormant account as far as the IRS sees it, probably. And then the last thing is simply, it's just a low priority to the IRS. And they've taken your account and just punted it and said, hey, here, you guys, you give it a shot. See if you can get any money out of this one. Now, maybe you're thinking, are you sure? Can I double check this? And yeah, there's things you can do to ensure that this is for real and legitimate. One of the things is the IRS will send you a letter, assuming they have your proper mailing address, but they'll send you a letter, and on this letter they'll explain that they're sending your account to collections, and they'll provide a 10-digit number on there. This number is what you can use for authentication in order to check with the number that's on the letter that you'll receive shortly thereafter from the collection company. They'll have that same 10-digit number. Match those up and you'll know that it's legitimate. You can also pull your transcripts, and on your transcripts for the year or the years that the IRS has sent to collections, there will be a note on there that you were sent to third-party collections. Pretty straightforward. The other thing you do is just call the IRS. Tell them what's going on. They will verify that for you. Okay, so now that you're sure that that this is correct, it's legitimate, and you've been sent to one of these other companies, what do you do now? Well, you can start making payments. If you do that, you're going to want to pay the IRS directly. These companies don't collect payments directly, so you're going to want to pay the IRS. The other thing you could do is you could set up a payment plan with the third-party company, again, to pay the IRS. That's the main thing that these companies are going to push you to do. Okay, all right, so that sounds relatively straightforward. But Jeff, what if I don't want to use this company? What if I don't want to talk to them? Well, that's your right. And you can actually fairly easily get your account sent back to the IRS. The only thing you need to do is send a letter. It has to be a written notification to the third-party company that you don't want to talk to them and you want your account to go back to the IRS. You can also call the IRS, but the most direct way is to send a letter, and upon receiving that letter, these third-party collection companies are mandated to send your account back to the IRS. Okay, great. Now, one of the reasons, other than you just don't want to deal with somebody else, but one of the reasons you may want to get your account sent back to the IRS is if you want to work on some other resolution. So, for example, if you want to submit an offer in compromise, your account needs to be with the IRS in order to do that. The same thing goes if you want to request currently non-collectible status. You need to get your account from the third-party company back to the IRS. The other thing is, if this is kind of on the low, but if your account is considered a low priority and the IRS has kind of handed you off, if you get it back to the IRS, they might not do a whole lot, and you can wait out the statute of limitations on the collection period. That may be another strategy depending on what the time frame is and what else is going on in your tax life. I hope that answers your questions about third-party collections companies regarding your IRS account and your debt with them. If you have more questions or you want somebody to kind of come alongside and help you with this, give me a shout out. In fact, here's a certificate for a free tax review. Get the answers you need. Thanks for watching. Now go deal with the third party. Who's doing your taxes?